Radicalised by an ideology of hate. That's the phrase from Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese as he directly linked their motivation to Islamic State ideology. And as it emerged that the father and son, allegedly behind one of Australia's deadliest mass shootings, spent nearly the entire month of November in the Philippines, the southern island of Mindanao, to where they travelled. There's a long history of Islamist insurgencies against central government rule. They may well have received military training there. Well, let's hear first of all from Albanese.
It would appear that there is evidence that this was inspired by a terrorist organisation, by ISIS. Now, some of the evidence which is being procured, including the presence of Islamic State flags in the vehicle that has been seized, are a part of that. Radical perversion of Islam is absolutely a problem. It is something that has been identified globally as a problem as well. ISIS is created by an evil ideology that has been called out not just by the Australian government but globally as well.
Albanese there. Well, let's cross-send live to Sydney. We're going to talk to our correspondent Irris Makler, who joins us from there. Irris, more details emerging then at this press conference.
Yes, that's right. What we know at the moment is that the two father and son, Sajid and Naveed Akram, had spent the month of November, almost the entire month of November, in the Philippines, in the southern Philippines. And that's significant because it's a centre for radical Islamists and radical Islamist training. That whole area around Mindanao, I did a story there in the 1990s at one of those camps, and they are still, it appears, ongoing. And the fact that Australia's security services didn't pick this up, it, by the way, has been confirmed by Philippine authorities today. The fact that Australian authorities and Australian security services didn't pick this up, either when they went or when they returned, weren't monitoring them, and have now confirmed today that there were 3 unexploded devices in that car that they brought to Bondi, two IS Islamic State flags. One I've now seen video of that's only been released lately, actually spread on the front of their car, very identifiable, that black flag with the white writing. So all of this confirmed today, confirming their links back to Islamic State at the very least, and perhaps to radical Islamist preachers in the area of Sydney in which they lived and where they are known to preach. Perhaps it's one of the things that Australia and Australian authorities will be looking at, because there are preachers there whose views are known, including their anti-Semitic views, but against whom very little action has been taken.
Meanwhile, Irris, the police have been giving rather a heated defence of their actions out after allegations that they responded very slowly to this incident.
In fact, they responded slowly, according to people at the scene, because there were a few police actually there, armed only with pistols, part of what was ongoing. It's called tasking. The police walk in and walk out. I guess a little bit as if it was a rowdy concert or something like that, where they don't expect serious violence, let alone shooters. And there was an allegation made by someone at the scene that the police there were just like all the rest of the victims, lying on the floor, not using their guns. And one man actually turned to them and said, "Give me your gun." According to this story, "Give me your gun, I'll shoot." And the police wouldn't allow him to do that. So they want an investigation of that. And what we heard from the police minister today and the New South Wales Premier, the Chief Minister here in Sydney, they said, both of them, that they were defending the police. They had acted with bravery. They had acted with speed once the main group got there 9 minutes later. And in fact, 2 of the officers, says the Chief Minister here, 2 of the officers are currently in intensive care in Sydney hospitals. And as he put it, they'd been shot in the front. They weren't shot in the back running away. So that's a very heated defence of an issue that I think is going to have to be examined.
Finally, Irris, give us a sense of the emotions there. I mean, very much the emotions not dying down since this all happened.
No, I would say actually the emotions intensifying. That scene, that place at Bondi Beach, which is still a crime scene, is actually being visited. It's a place of vigil and prayer also. It's being visited by more and more people. The Hanukkah candles are being lit night after night. The prayers are being sung. There's an ocean, actually a mountain of flowers that they're standing around. People who have been asked to donate blood have responded in such numbers that they've had to be turned away because they can't even store all the blood that people have donated for the victims who are still in hospital. This vigil in Sydney is not the only one. There are vigils all across Australia, in small country towns and in other large cities, in places where Jews live and in places where they don't, because this is definitely seen as an affront to Australia, an affront to Bondi Beach, you know, that symbol of Sydney and a relaxed lifestyle and an inviting, open place, and perhaps a besmirching of Bondi Beach and very, very, as people keep saying to me, un-Australian and distressing. People here are distressed. That's how I would describe it.
And Irris,